What's up, YouTube? So today I have my blue smart car. It is leaking coolant. The reason why I know it's leaking coolant is because I did a pressure test, and the pressure test started leaking coolant out of the rear of the car right there. That's from the front. I don't think that's the leak. I think it's because I spilled it when pouring it. So I think it's the water pump in this car. The water pump is hidden behind this cover. So I took out the rear wheel and about to take that cover off and then go from there. I'm pretty sure I just removed this plug and this plug, and we should be all good to pop it off and go from there. All right, so it's right there. That's where that plug is. That's where the other one was. I got it out. All I did was use a flathead screwdriver to pry it, so do that with the next one. All right, so I got the cover off. As you can see, it was just those two plugs. Here it is. This plug came out super easy. This one was stubborn, so I just pulled it down with one of those. So first sign of I know it's leaking coolant from the rear is this. This is where it was dropping. So it was dropping off this shield, and I can tell that it's also leaking back here for sure, because there's some coolant marks. I don't know if I can show you guys, but they're here, right up in there. You see, those are the coolant droppings, the white part, and then this belt has coolant stuff on it. All right, I think I found the leak. So see, it's dripping pretty bad right there. I'm pretty sure it's the water pump right there. Come out of there, right underneath it. See that? So that indeed is the water pump for the smart car. Okay, so the water pump is behind this pulley. I don't know if we can see it. This is it right here, the water pump right here. So I gotta knock this bolt out and those 4 bolts up in there, which is gonna be super tight, but I gotta take that off and this off so I can get behind the water pump to put it on. But wish me luck. Okay, so I got the tensioner off. You see the star bit, and this is whatever that is. I'll figure out what that is. I'll tell you guys what size that is eventually. But I took off. Oh snap! I took it off. So that's where it originally was. We should be able to see the water pump now. Yeah, you see all those bolts right there? Just like this bolt, that bolt, and all those other bolts. This right here is the water pump. I should be able to, I'm gonna try to see if I can get as many bolts as I can without maybe taking off that pulley first. So we'll see. All right, so we've made some progress. I got the tensioner off. Now I got this, this pulley system. There's 4 10mm bolts. And now that I'm under here, this was where the pulley was. The tensioner. The pulley was right there. And now you can see I have full access to all the bolts of the water pump. I attacked these ones because I was able to get those ones. And now I just got to take off those last ones, and then I can take off the water pump. Easy does it. All right, so we have successfully got the water pump off. Let me show you what I was able to get. There it is. I had to take the belt off. That's where the tensioner. I had to take that pulley system that was right above the water pump, and that is the water pump that was leaking. And you can tell that there was, see, it was just this belt right here. I wiped it a little bit, but it had white marks on it. And when I took out the water pump, it was dripping down the same exact path here and here. So that leads me to believe that it's the water pump, because it looked like it was leaking from that point right there. That very point. Yep, we should be good now. All right, guys, I don't know if you could see, we got a new water pump and an old one. And let's see if we can take a look. This is the new water pump. I don't believe it's OEM, it's aftermarket. I got it for super cheap, like 30 bucks. Probably, maybe not the best idea to buy a cheap one, but I'm gonna give it a shot. But we'll see how it goes. This is the old one. I think the gasket looks pretty worn. There's a good amount of play, and I was looking at the, I don't know what that is underneath. I believe it's some sort of sealant or something. But yeah, it looks like there's just cracks in it. And up here is really bad. I don't know if you could see it, but up there was pretty bad. And I think that was where it was leaking from, was right through here, because I remember seeing it on that side. It makes sense, and because there's like some wear there. But yeah, I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna put it back in. All right, so this is the old water pump, and these are the screws that came out of it. So that big one's a 12 millimeter, 3 10s, and then 4 of these short 10s. All right, I don't know if you can see, but we got the water pump back on. This is where the 12 is. And then this is where the ground is. And this is a star bolt, so don't mix that one up. But the deep ones were definitely these two and the top one. So that one is a deep one, and these two are the deep 10s, and everything else is a short one. All right, and then time to get the belts back on. So it's got to go over that alternator, over this wheel, and then I got to put the tensioner back in right here. Wish me luck. All right, so we have the water pump back on now, and we got the pulley with the 4 bolts back in. Pretty easy, just put them in by hand and then spin it so you can get the other ones in, and then get the screwdriver, push it in and tighten the rest down, and this is where we're at. We're almost, and I gotta put the pulley, the belts over that alternator, over this. The tensioner is gonna go right here, and it has to go under this, and I'm gonna put the belts on now. All right, so I got the water pump on, and then I got the tensioner on, which was a total biatch. As you can see, it's aligned here. It goes under, over the top there, and over the alternator and this pulley. But yeah, we're all lined up, so good to drain the coolant, refill it, and get her back going on the road.